Hi, my name is Cathy Trischan, a national faculty member here at the National Alliance. We're going to talk about the need for employment practices liability coverage and how to explain that to your client. It's hard to imagine, given everything we see in the news, that some businesses still don't see the need for employment practices liability coverage, EPL. So why might a business resist your suggestion to buy this coverage, other than simply not wanting to pay for another policy? And more importantly, how can we respond to some of these most common reasons why your client says no? Well, some businesses believe they're immune to EPL claims because they're too small. They say, I'm not subject to many of the federal statutes that govern employment-related issues. Age Discrimination in Employment Act, for example. That doesn't kick in until a business has 20 employees. What these small businesses don't realize, though, is that claims aren't always brought under federal statutes. There might be a state or a local statute that offers additional protection to those in the jurisdiction. Many of those statutes apply to smaller businesses. An EPL claim might not be based on a statute at all. It could be a workplace tort claim for something like libel or slander, invasion of privacy. A claim could be made against an employer for breach of an express or an implied employment contract. These claims can be made against businesses of any size. Some believe they don't have to worry about EPL claims because their employees have been with them for years and they're like family. Well, the minute a business starts to think its employees are like family, that's when they often let their guard down. They're not as diligent anymore about making sure that certain conduct isn't prohibited, for example. The next thing you know, one of these like family employees makes a hostile work environment claim. Some believe they don't need EPL because they don't do anything wrong. They don't discriminate. They don't wrongfully terminate. They have solid procedures in place regarding employee conduct. What those businesses don't realize is just because you don't do anything wrong doesn't mean someone won't accuse you of doing something wrong. One of the most important reasons to buy EPL coverage is to get defense coverage. Lastly, businesses who have no employees rarely understand why they should consider an EPL policy. Here's where a discussion about third-party liability becomes important. EPL policies are designed primarily to provide protection against claims by employees, former employees, applicants for employment. Claims can be made, though, by people outside the organization. Customers or visitors to the premises, for example, they could make a claim for discrimination or harassment against a business, even if the only one working for the business is the business owner. Website accessibility claims are also on the rise, and an exposure for all kinds of businesses, whether they have employees or not. If someone with a disability is unable to use the features of a website, a discrimination claim could result. Bottom line is, all businesses should consider purchasing EPL coverage, and understanding why clients resist is the first step to helping them get the protection they need.